So, who has watched Spider Man in this stream right now? And who doesn't care about spoilers? Because let me tell you something. It's been a few weeks, so they're coming. They be coming. They be coming. So, who watched the movie No Way Home? Did anybody watch No Way Home? Has anybody seen it yet? I need water. The air is super dry down here. It's the heater. Well, let me tell you something about not me, but I don't care, and I need to walk the dog anyway. Could probably play origami after you're done. That sounds like a plan. We can do that. Let me know when you're back then. Man, I haven't played that game in a minute. Goodness gracious, I haven't played that game in a minute. But anyway, No Way Home. God damn, I enjoyed that movie. It was fantastic. It was a nostalgic blast, and I think most of the success of that movie comes from that. Right? I'm definitely not gonna be biased. Okay. I mean, unbiased. I have my bias, very heavy bias towards this movie because I love this movie because it make me feel things. Like I felt things watching that movie, and I love it. Oh, that's cool. You make the game, and I'll join you. Then we can learn together. Anyway, because I already forgot. That was one of the first games that I streamed, I think. That's a very long time. Um, but yeah, the movie definitely hits you in the nostalgia, and it was pretty good. Right, I enjoy it. It gave us all that we wanted. Whatever the Spider-Man that you like, the live-action Spider-Man that you like, they did them justice, right? I do have some problems with the Spider-Man movies of Andrew Garfield, but even though he he was fantastic in this movie, um, Tom Holland Spider-Man, I had my problems with that one too, but definitely this movie made him Spider-Man for real this time. Because you always need that tragedy and still choose to do the right thing. That's what makes you Spider-Man. And man, this movie was great. I don't want to spoil much about it because I really want you guys to watch it. So I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna spoil things, but not everything. So you guys can still watch it. I definitely recommend it. If any of these Spider-Mans right here were your Spider-Man, go watch it. You'll be pleasantly surprised with it. It was great. It was great. I can't admit that I was definitely afraid at the beginning because I didn't know how they were gonna handle these characters, especially the bad guys. The bad guys were so good. Dog Odd. I love Dog Odd, and God, it was so good. It was how they handle the characters, and I gotta say, Green Goblin. It really felt like the threat that he is. Green Goblin is like when you think, super villains to a superhero. Batman. You think Joker, Superman, Lex Luthor. When I think Spider-Man, I always think Green Goblin, and Green Goblin was a presence in this movie, and I fucking love it, right? And William Dafoe was having a fucking blast with that fucking role. He was great, great doing the Green Goblin voice. Oh my god, you can tell when he was Osborn and he was the Green Goblin. I love it. I love it. His Green Goblin voice is the best. The movie was great. Also, I love it how Peter, Tom Holland Peter, tried to save them. So, and spoiler alert, one of the spoilers. Uh, he managed to do so, right? Um, but sacrificing a lot, and that's what Spider-Man is, right? Doing the right thing, doesn't matter what's the cost, right? And man, I don't have any emotional attachment to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but man, he has some great scenes, and I love it. And you guys can tell if you're being in social media, you guys can tell that everybody did as well. So much that they're asking for another movie for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Even though everybody shit on those movies back in the day. Don't lie. Don't sit there and tell me, no, man, I'm one of those the guys that like the movies. He's my Spider-Man. Yeah, sure. How old are you? Because if you were a kid, you definitely enjoy them. But if you're an old fuck, I'm pretty sure you were hating on it. I fucking know it. Alright? But, again, if the movies had some problems, definitely wasn't the acting. The acting from Mr. Garfield was fantastic. So don't blame the actor, blame the script writers, the studio, and the people you need to blame. So if this movie showed you that if you give him a good written story, Mr. Garfield will shine and shine gloriously. And I love it how they gave his character, that Peter from that universe, some resolutions that he definitely needed. Right? And it was beautiful. It was definitely beautiful. He was a little self-deprecated, like he was talking down about himself every now and then, and I love how the other Peters were very encouraging, especially my man, my Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. Listen, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man is my Spider-Man. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Super biased. I don't care. Every scene where Tobey was in, I was loving it. I when he showed up. Oh, listen, this was me. Hold on. This was me. When Andrew Garfield showed up, I was like, oh! When Tobey, I was like, oh god! He was so wholesome. He was so wholesome and so nice. That's how I picture older, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So older Peter. That's how I picture him. It did not just. He was so nice. Listen, if Peter B. Parker, right, from Into the Spider-Verse, is me. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is who I wanna be. That's who I wanna be. That doesn't matter how shit life gets, you can still be nice. And nice with everyone. And it's so hard, man. I wish I was like him. I'm trying my best. Like he said while talking to Doug Ott. Trying to be better. So I'm trying to be better. But if something has been very difficult is that this past 3 years have been very hard. So seeing wholesome Spider-Man really hit me hard. This movie hits you really hard. This movie definitely relies on nostalgia. And it's the perfect nostalgia movie because it actually hits 3 Spider-Mans. So one of them is gonna be your fucking Spider-Man. There's no escape. So fantastic. And that's not saying that the script is bad or anything. It's just that the movie was actually good. So it was win-win. Win-fucking-win. I do have some problems with Marvel movies. Mainly because, they have pop out so many that they keep this formula that you get used to it. And yeah, at the beginning this Spider-Man had that going on for it. But then it changed. Then it was a Spider-Man movie. Right? And I think it's when they put Doctor Strange away. It was literally they put the Marvel shit away. And we focus on the Spider-Man shit, is when the Spider-Man started. Wow, that's very symbolic, actually. It literally, the movie starting to become a Spider-Man movie from yesteryear as soon as they put away the Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange definitely represents what the MCU is right now. And that was pretty cool. All right. I thought Doctor Strange was gonna be more. What's the word I'm looking for? It was gonna be a greater part of the movie, which technically he was. He's the cause of everything. I don't care, man. You blaming Peter? He's a grown man. He should have known better. Peter's is a kid. He's stupid. Yes, he could have solved the problem by talking to the person from the university directly instead of asking for magic to solve the problem. And I guess that's the point. He needed to learn a lesson, and goddamn, he learned it. But man, Doctor Strange, you're a grown man. The fuck. But anyway, if they didn't fuck up, we wouldn't have a movie, so I'm okay with it. Alright, seeing all these super villains coming from other dimensions was fantastic. And man, I don't know what to tell you. Everything about this movie was great. Andrew Garfield getting his redemption. Alright, I'm gonna give you a little spoiler. There's a scene that it really got to me because Andrew Garfield's acting was fantastic because you can see it in his face, the pain. When I mean, you guys seen this in the trailer because this is in the fucking trailer. It's, MJ falls from the Statue of Liberty, and Peter, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, jumps to save her, and Green Goblin doing Green Goblin shit. But he was terrifying and just Green Goblin around the entire movie, and I love it. He was a threat for real. Actually, just runs him over and take him away. Just takes Tom Holland away and couldn't save MJ. And Andrew Garfield just screams and jumps and save MJ. How he wished he could have saved, Gwen Stacy. Hey, welcome back. And that was fucking beautiful. Because you know that character was reliving that moment in his life every day. What he could have done differently. And here presented the opportunity to relieve that and, succeed this time. You don't get that chance that often in life. And when he asked MJ if she was okay, and she answered, yeah. Like in his previous movie, he asked, Gwen if he was okay, but no answer because the bitch died. Right? And then he starts crying, and MJ asks him like, "Are you okay?" And that was fucking beautiful. That scene was great, and I think that's where people fell in love with that Spider-Man again. And now that's why people want a movie. That was fucking great. That was very moving and I loved it. It was one of my favorite scenes. The only thing that tops that scene is everything that was done by Tobey Maguire because I'm biased as fuck. Okay? And it's okay to be biased because this movie relies on nostalgia. Every scene about Tobey, Peter, was great to me. I love the little... You know what? In other movies, having different copies of you from other universe, they're always like, always fighting with each other and they bond at the end. I just love how the Spider-Mans were like brothers from the beginning. They were just chatting, talking to each other, giving each other's advice and shit like that. And definitely Tobey was the older brother. The older, nice brother, right? The fucking sweet older brother that gives you advice. It's so good. The little banter that they had when Tom Holland's friend just bring his web shooters, the capsule thingies, and he asked, like, what's that for? Oh, that's for my web shooter, to shoot my web. And then Tom Holland just like shoots web out of his wrist, and everyone's like, "What the fuck? You guys can't do that, huh?" Andrew Garfield's like, "No." He's just like, he's the curious one, so he just wanted to know what was it. Tom Holland has seen so much shit, giant purple aliens, that he was like, for a second, I was like, okay, we don't have time for this. We gotta move on. No, Toby is natural web shooting. He literally comes out of his wrist. He's just like, Toby doesn't need a web shooter. Yeah. He's just natural. He just like does this and he just shoots it out. And they were like baffled by that because both of them can't do that. So they were like, what? Also, when Tom Holland asked everyone, right? So, well, what was one of the, craziest bad guys that you guys fought, right? And Tobey Maguire's like, I think you already met a few of them, like, which is true. They start laughing. And then Toby's like, I fought an alien made out of black goo, referring to Venom, right? And Tom Holland's like, oh, me too. I fought an alien, and here and space. He was purple, like. And Toby's like, hold on, space, like. And then Tom Holland's like, man, I'm lame, like. I fought a Russian dude in a fucking rhinoceros robot suit, like. And then Tommy Maguire, hold on, can we dial that back to the I'm lame part? Because you're not. I love Tommy Maguire in that one. Tommy Maguire is like, you're not lame. No, it's okay, says Garfield. Like, no, say it, because you're not. Like, no, I just needed to hear that. Pizza time. It's pizza time. I wonder if he still has problems with his rent. Tobey Maguire is searching for a universe where he doesn't have to pay rent. Oh man! But the nice older brother, thing that Toby had going for him is the thing that I love the most. But again, super biased. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Pizza time! Yo, those video games were good. Right? I don't care what you say about the newest one. Yeah, they're great. They're fantastic. But back in my day, those PlayStation 2 games were greatness. Can I? Oh, yeah. Yes, I can. Yeah, so you can stop catching me off guard. That he ends. There you go. Where was I after pizza time? What the fuck? Get distracted. I'm hungry. Fuck! The conversation that Toby had with Doc Ock was also fantastic. Because in Doc Ock's point of view, he just saw Peter like a moment ago. But Peter was older, so for him, that moment was a long time ago. He probably relived that moment over and over, how he could have done things different, how to save Doc Ock. So when they met, and the answer they gave each other, it's like, it was so wholesome. It's something you guys need to watch. It was very short, but it was so wholesome. Everything about Toby's Spider-Man was wholesome as fuck, and I love it. Right? And after that wholesomeness, William Dafoe you hear him in the background. Can the Spider-Man come out to play? Like, oh my god, this is so good. I guess I could say that the villains that were not explored the most was the Lizard and the Sandman, because yeah, I guess. yeah, man. Like, so the thing is that when Peter, the whole point that Peter wanted people to forget that he was Spider-Man because everyone was giving him shit, and then his friends couldn't go to college because you know college didn't want that heat, having Spider-Man and his friends there. So instead of talking to the person he needed to talk to, which he did after, by the way, he decided to go like, "Oh, I know a wizard that can magic this shit away." Right? Man. And the spell failed because Peter's like, well, can some people remember? And they kept changing the spell, and then the spell was crazy, and then Doctor Strange contained the spell, but some people got transported to this universe because instead of deleting people's memory, making them forget who Spider-Man was, the spell ended up bringing people that knew who Spider-Man was from other universes, right? And we got to see our wholesome older characters that played those roles long time ago. And I gotta say, for most of them, this is probably gonna be the last time we'll see them in these roles. Time sucks, and people age, so they're getting there. I mean, unless you guys deep fake those fuckers like they did in Star Wars with Luke and Mark Hamill, it made me sad to think about this, but I was like, man, maybe this will be the last time we'll see them in just roles, and it made me really sad for some reason. I love them; they were great. I love Doc Ock; it was so good, and William Dafoe, so good, so good, uh, so good. But yeah, man. But I gotta say, the Lizard could have used a little bit more development in this movie. The superior Spider-Man, Doc Ock in Spider-Man's body. That would be interesting. That will be definitely very interesting. Yeah, but we're talking about right now about No Way Home. We'll talk about. Listen, I'll talk about that movie when that movie comes out. Don't worry about it. That is a thing that's gonna happen. So let's not jump into that just yet. But let's not get sidetracked. But yeah, I love it how Peter just, as soon as he found out that as soon as all of them go back to their universe, they will die. Right? I'll let you know. Because I most likely I'm gonna go see it with that Godfriend, like I always do when it comes to Spider-Man movies. But what was I? Shit, I lost my train of thought. The fuck was I saying? Shit. The fuck was I saying? I was flabbergasting about something, but that has been me for the past 30 minutes. Giving this movie high praise. I mean, this movie has its, downsides. Don't get me wrong, and I do have some problems with how Tom Holland Spider-Man has been for the past, movies. Right? It's not like I don't hate. I mean, I don't hate him. I don't hate the movies. It's just that I don't know. I feel like something was missing. But this movie is different. This movie had everything and shit. And again, it was riding that nostalgia horse so hard into the sunset. There was no escape. Welcome back, guy. Welcome back. So, Tom Holland Spider-Man had consequences in this movie. Like, really, really fucking really heavy consequences. And it's amazing that they actually decided to end the movie with a very sad note and at the same time hopeful for the future. That was so Spider-Man. That was so Spider-Man. And he had, that requires balls, to end a movie like that with a sad note. I was amazed that, oh wow, that's how you guys gonna end it? That is fucking cool, but sad. Also, Easter egg. You know, Venom from the who's the guy who plays Venom in the newest movie? Tom Hardy. Okay, hold on. Venom actors. Yeah, Tom Hardy. Yeah, Tom Hardy just shows up in the movie. That we saw that at the end of Venom. That was the after credit scene. And in this movie, it is the beginning of the credits scene. Like they show him leaving the universe. Like, and when he leaves a little bit of Venom goop behind, just setting up Venom for Tom Holland. It's so good. I love it how Tom Hardy was just like fucking not believing anything that the bartender was telling him about this universe, because he ended up in the Marvel universe where it's like superheroes everywhere. So he was talking to this guy about all the heroes, Captain America, the Hulk. I love what Venom said about the Hulk. You see? And you thought the Deadly Avenger was a stupid name. Shut up. Fucking Hulk. The Deadly Avenger. Fucking Venom. Venom is great. I don't know why Tom Hardy's Venom is so good, but it's so good. I love him. It's so good. But yeah, I recommend this movie. Go watch it. If you like any of these Spider-Mans, fuck, you probably already watched it. I didn't spoil much in this little conversation, so you can still go and enjoy it if you haven't watched this movie, which I really recommend. I mean, if you guys watch any of these guys in any Spider-Man movie, you guys owe it to them to go watch this movie. Because goddamn, it's so good. I just wish I could see, Tobey Maguire again as Spider-Man one more time. I know I'm greedy. Just one more, man. Fuck it, and give Andrew Garfield another movie. Just do it, man. Do a Spider-Verse. Sony, you don't want to. You don't have a Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? But you have a Spider-Verse. You're already making a movie about the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse 2. I'm just saying, motherfuckers. I don't know if you guys noticed at the end of the movie, when you guys watched the movie, there was a lot of people coming to that universe, and you can see the silhouettes in the sky. Man, there were some hidden characters there that could, allow you to, I think, and I could be wrong, I thought I saw Madame Web, which is literally intertwined with the Spider-Verse. So I'm just saying, Sony, Spider-Man alone can have his own, Spider-Verse, and you could, make those movies. It's right there. We still have a bunch of villains that we can see that they have not shown in the movies. As a matter of fact, you can have different versions of the villains. You give, I don't know, Tom Holland a Doc Ock, right? Give Andrew Garfield a Green Goblin. So it's there. Wait, did Andrew Garfield have a Green Goblin? I don't remember anything about those movies, man. Absolutely jack shit. Well, doesn't matter. My point still stands. Sony can make so many movies, but I feel like they're stupid and they're not going to. Even though all the Spider movies are just being so popular and everybody loves them. God, I can't wait until the Spider-Verse 2. I can't fucking wait until the Spider... Listen, I know that this movie is it's one of my favorite Spider-Man movies right now, but it doesn't beat Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse didn't rely on nostalgia, so it was straight up just full-on story. Alright? This one, definitely, most of my flabbergasting was thanks to nostalgia and how our characters that we love and care got some redemption that they definitely needed. right? And how some of our favorite villains managed to, you know, be cured and come back to life. Oh my god, there was so many good scenes, right? I wish I could talk more about it, but I will be spoiling too much, and I really don't want to spoil much about it. Right? I feel like you guys should go and watch it. I did spoil some things, but nothing major. Right? There's some character growth for, you know, Tom Holland Spider-Man in this one. Right? He loses someone in, you know, spoiler alert, go figure out who it was. And the other Spider-Mans are there, and they're being there. They're being in that dark moment. Right? And they encouraged him. And they all have that one thing in common now, that with great power comes great responsibility. Finally Tom Holland got it. He finally got that sentence. And he means something now. And it was pretty great to see all three Spider-Mans bond over that. It was fucking great, and I loved it. So, definitely one of my top Spider-Man movies. Definitely. I mean, how can it not be? It has all of the Spider-Mans. And they did them justice. So, go watch this fucking movie. I loved it. It was great. And, but still, Into the Spider-Verse. Pretty fucking good! I love that one! Can't wait for the second one. Oh, I'm so excited. But yeah, Sonny, go make more Spider-Man movies. It's gonna be great. Anyway, let's move on and do something else. I love Spider-Man. I'm not a Marvel guy, but I love Spider-Man. Funny thing, when it comes to superheroes, at least like back in the day when I was younger, that 100,000 years ago, around the world was always Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. Those are the heroes that are, you know, the most popular around the world. I'm not just talking about just here in the US, I'm talking about in general around the world. Right? Thanks to the MCU and stuff like that, probably things have changed now, but I don't know for how much. But for the most part, back in the day, you know, Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man, everybody knows those motherfuckers. Even in the deepest, darkest corner of this planet, you know those characters. So I do love Spider-Man a lot, right? Even though I'm not a Marvel guy. What the fuck? Anyway, I'll talk about that in a second. I'm gonna cut this Spider-Man video because we have more pressing matters right now. Toodles, YouTube!